Okay guys, this is 7.2, multiplying powers with the same base, okay? And so basically what we're doing is we're just taking what we learned in 7.1 and we're just going to add a little twist to it. So basically in 7.1, if you remember, basically we're just worried about negatives and positives, okay? And today all we're working with is just basic addition and subtraction. So on problem 1, multiplying powers, okay? So if you notice, I have 12 to the 4th plus 12 cubed, so I add those together. So 4 plus 3, so since I have the same base, 12 is the same as 12, I can add my exponents together and get 12 to the 7th, okay? And the same thing on B, I have the same base, so I have -5, -5, so I can add -2 together with 7. Well, -2 plus 7 gives me -5 to the 5th, okay? So the long way of writing this one out is if you actually look at it, well, 8 cubed, what that really means is 8 times 8 times 8, right? So that's 8 cubed plus 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8, okay? So this would be 8 cubed, the first 3, and the next 6 are 8 to the 6th, okay? So how many 8s do I have total? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 8 to the 9th. Okay. So 8 cubed plus 8 to the 6th gives me 8 to the 9th. Okay. And no, I don't want you to plug that into your calculator. That's fine right there. Leave it like that. Okay. On 2, I have 0.5. Okay. And I have 0.5, so I have the same base. So my exponents are -3 minus 8. Well, -3 minus 8 gives me -11, so I have 0.5 to the -11th. Well, can I have negative exponents? No, we learned in 7.1 that if it's negative on top, I have to move it to the bottom. So I get 1 over 0.5 to the 11th, okay? And that's my final answer. So that's all we're doing. We're essentially, if you have the same base, we are just adding our exponents, okay? So on 3, I've got 9, I've got 9, I've got 9. So let's just add the exponents together. So 9, and we have -3 plus 2 plus 6. So -3 plus 2 plus 6 gives me 5. So my final answer is 9 to the 5th. Okay? And that's all we're doing. If you have the same base, so 8's the same as 8, 0.5's the same as 0.5, 9, 9, and 9, they're all the same. Okay? If you have the same base, we can just add the exponents together. Okay? And that's all we're doing. Okay? So on problem 2, this gives us a very similar idea. So let me change my color here. I have 4z to the 5th times 9z to the negative squared, okay? And this kind of shows us what we want to do. So remember, 4 has nothing to do with z to the 5th, okay? It's just in front of it. And 9 has nothing to do with z to the negative 12. So I want to multiply those, okay? So I kind of pull those out. Those are special. So 4 times 9, okay? So 4 times 9, 9, 18, 27, 36. So we get 36 for that. Okay. Then I want to do my z's. So I've got z and z, right? So they match. My bases are the same. So I have as my exponents 5 minus 12. Well, 5 minus 12 gives me -7. So I have z to the -7. So my answer is 36 z to the -7th. But once again, I cannot have negative exponents. I cannot have negative exponents. So, is anything negative about 36? No. So 36 just stays the same. 36 stays on top. And on bottom, I've got z to the -7th. Well, it's negative on top, so I want to move it to the bottom. So I get z to the 7th. And that is my final answer. Okay. So once again, a lot of rules from 7.1, and if you are one of the 30 people that watched that video, thank you for watching that video. If you were one of my 55 people that did not do their homework over the course of 3 days, Some of this might not make sense, so I would suggest go back and watching that video so that way you understand what's going on. So let's turn the page. And once again, I've just got some more of these got it's. So first thing I want to do on number 4 is I want to pull all my numbers away. So I have 5, I have nothing here, right? So there's a 1 and then a 3. So 5 times 3 gives me 15, okay? And that's what's my orange. Now I want to do, let's do this color. So let's make sure all of our bases are the same. So I have X, and I have X. So since all my bases are the same, I can add all 3 of those together. So I have X to the 4th, to the 9th, and to the 1st. So 4 plus 9 plus 1 gives me 14. Nothing's negative about that, so I am good to go. And that's my final answer. Right. On 5, we've got -4, 7, and 2. Okay, so I want to pull all my numbers out. So -4 times 7 times 2. Well, -4 times 7 is -28. -28 times 2 is -56. Okay, so when you multiply all those numbers together, we get -56. Now I want to pull my bases. So I've got C and I've got D. Is C the same as D? No, they are not. Okay, so I cannot add those two. So C and C. So for my C's, I have 3 minus 2, which is 1. Okay, and then I have, no, I don't want to do red. I want to do blue. So D's left over, so it's just D squared. So D squared. Okay, and that is my final answer. So once again, we're taking our numbers and we're pulling them to the front. All the numbers can go. Doesn't matter what the exponent is, doesn't matter what the variable is, all your leading coefficients, all of your numbers out front, we multiply together. Then I add my like terms. So on 6, I've got nothing, nothing, and 12. So 12 comes out front. Okay. Now we're looking for our variables. So I've got J, K. Is K the same as J? No, it's not. And then I've got another J down here. So I've got 2 plus 1, so that's J to the 3rd. Okay. Then my final variable, I've got K to the -2. Okay, so K to the -2. Well, now the last thing we have to do is check. Do I have any negatives? Well, yeah, I do. So is 12 negative? Nope, 12 is fine by itself. Okay. Is J negative? Nope, J is just to the 3rd, so it's J to the 3rd. And then K has -2 on it. Can I have a -2? No, so I want to bring my -2 down, so it's K squared. Okay, and we'll go ahead and stop this here. We're going to do problem 4 in class tomorrow. So once again, watch the video, fill out the notes. If you have any questions, write them down, circle them, whatever, so that we can discuss them in class on Tuesday.